Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about one case study around Vincent van Gogh and high sensitivity. If you're new to my channel and if you're new to the concept of high sensitivity, I just want you to know that it's not a complex term. It's just that people who are highly aware of different stimuli like noises, sounds, emotion, thoughts, words, art, or lights even, or crowds are higher or could be higher on the sensitivity spectrum or sensitivity scale and could be known as highly sensitive people. Is there something wrong with highly sensitive people? No, we are actually gifted people. I am a highly sensitive person, and we have a lot of gifts that sometimes are neglected, because of which we can have mismatched energies. We might feel challenged to get through our day-to-day life because we always feel as though we are bombarded by external stimuli, extra information, a lot of emotional overload, which makes us feel as though we it's too much, and we feel as though we can't cope with our sensitivity. But I come up with a solution of using art to cope with our sensitivity. And today we are going to talk about Vincent van Gogh, the famous painter. If you don't know about Vincent van Gogh, you might have heard about the Starry Night painting, which we can also find on cups and t-shirts in like boutiques, etc. The Starry Night painting has actually been done by Vincent van Gogh, and he was an artist who went through a lot of problems in his life. It is rumored that Vincent van Gogh is a highly sensitive person, or was a highly sensitive person, because he's no more. And today we're going to talk a little bit about that, as to how highly sensitive people can channel their difficult experiences and emotions into art, like Vincent van Gogh did. And it made him such a successful artist. Now, if we talk about, or if we look at the life of Vincent van Gogh, he's had phases in his life where he's gone through extreme amount of poverty, he's gone through a lot of heartbreaks, romantically speaking, and he's also gone through severe mental health problems. There was a point in his time where he was admitted to a hospital because he was severely depressed, and he had it is rumored that he had anger issues, and that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia as well. And these are challenges that are tough, right? Like living as a person who has schizophrenia or who is under the economic line is difficult. It comes to our survival. But what did Vincent van Gogh do? He leaned on to his creativity. He realized that painting was helping him process and channel all his difficult emotions, and he kept painting and he kept reinventing himself. And although at the beginning he wasn't like a famous painter, but today he is celebrated worldwide, and there are museums with his artwork which are stored and consumed by millions of people over the world. And this is to say that when we recognize that our emotions are not our enemies, but they can be our friends, and when we actually sit with them and listen to them and process them through art, something beautiful can come out of it. And I'm sure that Vincent van Gogh must have experienced a deep healing process when he would paint, because when we look at his art, we connect to it and we feel as though we are going through a healing experience just by looking at his art. So I imagine that as a highly sensitive person, he might have been even gifted. It's my assumption that he could have been a gifted healer who could channel his emotions into art and make it a healing experience, not just for himself, but for the people who were viewing his art. And it helped him, right? His painting helped him live through difficult experiences like poverty, heartbreaks, and being emotionally challenged. And this is to say that even in today's time, it's not too different when it comes to dealing with challenging situations. So if we are going through any difficult experience, whether it's an emotional problem, whether it's a physical problem, whether it's a financial problem, or whether it's a relationship problem, any kind of problem, we can sit with the emotions that are present in that problem, that the problem brings within us, we can listen to those emotions and we can channel them into art and make something beautiful so that it heals us, but it also heals the people who see that art. So that brings me to the point that highly sensitive people are often misunderstood. People feel as though they're very sensitive, so you can't talk to them, they're not approachable. If you say one thing, they might feel 10 different things and they might accuse you, etc., etc. But if we look at it from a different angle, that highly sensitive people need more processing time, need more information processing time through different ways. Today, we are talking about art as a way to process information. So, when we do that, we are making space within our minds and hearts to respond to our problems. So, for example, if I am going through a difficult period in my life and it's bringing up a lot of sadness in me, and if I sit with that emotion of sadness and paint and I channel all that sadness, my response to the situation would be different. The situation might not change just by me painting, but the way I respond to it could change, which is what I presume happened with Vincent van Gogh as well. Regardless of him being a great painter, his situations probably didn't change. He was still in the hospital for a long time. He still went through a lot of heartbreaks romantically. It took him time to develop financially, but the processing that happened with painting helped him live through these challenges. So I encourage you, if you're a sensitive person, highly sensitive person, let's take this learning from Vincent van Gogh. If a person like Vincent van Gogh can overcome his challenges by channeling his emotions and experiences through art, why can't we? How are we any different, right? We also have the same human willpower as Vincent van Gogh has or did, and we all have a creative living inside of us, whether or not we believe it. And why shouldn't we tap into that? And if you need support tapping into that creative side of yours or that sensitive side to yours, I welcome you and I encourage you to book a free clarity call with me. It's going to be a 30-minute free clarity call. The link for it is in the description. You might be wondering, who's this person who hasn't introduced herself as yet? And that's just coming to my mind that I did not. So I am Pranita Rao. I am a former dentist, an intuitive abstract artist, a highly sensitive person, a plant empath, and an angelic medium. I also offer Reiki to select sensitive individuals around the globe to help them manage their challenges with emotions and energy. So, if this message calls out to you, and if you feel like you'd like to learn more about yourself, your sensitivity, your creativity, and you're looking for a coaching sort of support, please do reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you understand as to why your sensitivity is not your problem, but not knowing about how your sensitivity or creativity works could be the problem. And you can find more information about how the clarity call works through the link as well. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and share this video, and definitely subscribe to my channel if you'd like to listen to me more, if you'd like to receive more educational content, and if you just like a friend who can remind you that your sensitivity is not your weakness but your strength. So stay sensitive